strict warning. Do not watch this video if you're not ready to understand the ordinances and the commandments of the Lord and what He wanted for you. Turn away. It's better to not know Him than to know Him and turn your face. Hey, how's it going, y'all? Grandson. Back with another books and review. Today we got Leviticus. Warning to those who are not yet ready to take in this information or just curious, I would say to click off this video. There's a lot of things you can't turn back from once you know the rules. Mind you, I only give general summaries of the book. I'm not giving you detail by detail of what's going on and all the information that God wants you to know. You know, I just do my part and I genuinely enjoy this. Right now I'm in South America, vibing, listening to piano music. Today's Sabbath, so it's very relaxed, but let's get started. So Leviticus is one of the books of the laws and ordinances. What is an ordinance? A rule, basically. A rule, an advisory, and hold up, I'm messing up trying to be all fancy. A rule, we could say that, a law and a rule. We're given these laws to protect our soul from sin. You're not necessarily condemned to the law, but the law protects our soul from sin and keeps us clean and pure. So one day when the Father does come, you know, we match. We're on the same frequency. He understands us, and he's understanding, and He sees through all. But He gives us these rules for a reason. Don't get misled into the new age of thinking you sin and you could do whatever. When you sin, you reek. Your soul reeks, right? So let's get into it. So the book starts off with the law of burnt offerings, a couple sacrifices that they used to do back in the day. In Israel, they used to do peace offerings, burnt offerings, just to show appreciation for God. You would give these tributes to the people of the tribe of Levi. Remember, there's 12 tribes of Israel. So you would give them to the tribe of Levi, and they would do the sacrifices, and they would do these things. And this is where we kind of get the rule nowadays, where even I hold it not necessarily to a rule, but you earn something and you always give a percentage of what you got. So what they earn, what you earn in your cattle, or what you harvested in your what you planted that year, you would give a certain percentage to the Levites as like a sacrifice. So then there's the law of guilt offerings. Then it goes into the priest part, and the priests get a portion of their part. And nowadays, what you could do to translate it to like a modern time is you can earn something, whether it's money, whether it's clothes, whatever it is, and you could always give a percentage back monthly, yearly, however you want to do it. So we go into that. Then we go into Aaron and his sons, which were Levites. So they were part of the consecration of the priests. And Aaron offers some sacrifices to the Lord. It goes into chapter 9. Then we get into the laws about animals. And it's basically to avoid unclean animals for your spirit. Let me put this music down. This shit. So it advises you to avoid the unclean. What is unclean? What animals are unclean? Pigs, certain birds like eagles, stuff like that, rabbits. That's why you in the Abrahamic faiths, which is Judaism, Muslims, and Christians, they genuinely agree, except Western Christians, but most people agree on the concept of pig is unclean. Also, fishes with no scales, so that would be like shrimp and lobster is also unclean, which is tragic because, to give you a little backstory, like, bro, I love shrimp and I'm also Cuban. You feel me? Cubans, their main dish is pork croquetas, which is like a breaded, like mashed together, like a mash of pork inside like a breaded little wrap. Best thing ever, but these are things that I gave up years ago because I understood the assignment I had. And also shrimp too. I like shrimp, bro. You know what I'm saying? Fettuccine Alfredo with some shrimp. You know what I'm saying? Can't go wrong. But you avoid the unclean for your soul. Then it goes into laws of motherhood, and it explains things for the females. Basically, your flesh of your foreskin should be circumcised if you go into a woman, stuff like that. And then when she's clean and unclean, it goes into clean and unclean about sex, showers. We'll get into the then it goes about the leprosy, which is like a skin disease. Won't touch too much on that. This is like um by chapter 14. Then we go into health and washing your clothes after like sex. Your bed is very holy. You shouldn't be doing immoral acts on your bed because that will translate into the spiritual realm, into then your sleep and stuff like that. So you should try to avoid those things. And then you should always bathe like after sex and stuff like that. Okay. We're also gonna get into the law of immoral relations, which is basically like don't sleep with your sister, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. You shouldn't see your father's wife naked. Um, you should be moral in your relations with women. Like me, I've taken this since I've been 25. I've been celibate. I haven't slept with no woman. I used to have a lust issue. Like I was very searching for love, and I felt like to fulfill that gap, I searched for a woman. You feel me? But slowly learned that you build soul ties with these women. They even here it tells you you're supposed to like be part of them. Like they're supposed to come along with you when you sleep with a woman. So you should just be very careful. Obviously, I'm not a god. I'm not God to explain exactly what happens in the spiritual realm. I could only tell you from personal experience that I've been personally spiritually attacked in sleep and stuff like that with women for having immoral sex. You should probably wait. No, you shouldn't probably. You should wait until you're married and only share your seed of life as a man. I'm going to speak for the men. You should only share your seed of life with the woman that you desire to be with and want to grow. Remember, women are the tree of life. They grow life, and we keep that in us. This gives us power. This gives us strength. This makes us man. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be sharing that seed of life with everybody or with anything, because you'll feel weak inside, empty inside, bad, and that's how the devil wants you to feel. You feel me? He doesn't want you to have your seed and your power. You know what I'm saying? And this can start to go into yeah, it says stuff like you shouldn't offer your offspring to Molech, which is a evil jinn, an evil demon, which does like children sacrifice. That's why abortions and plant bees are also something that's like you're offering your offspring, your gift of life to another creature, so that can come back. You know what I'm saying? These laws were made to protect us. You feel me? He gives us free will. That's the ultimate form of love, because if somebody really loves you, they'll choose. You know what I'm saying? And you choose to be right here, right now, watching this and understanding this. So then it goes into idolatry, strictly forbidden. All that statues, all that LeBron, all that like looking at another man or another thing as higher than is cut. That shit clip. Like even when I was younger, I would never be on that. I never wanted to take pictures with nobody. You feel me? Everybody's the same as me, and I only fear the Lord. So then it goes into human sacrifices, and you should be careful. Don't listen to medium spirits. Mediums and spirits are people that read tarots, astrologists, that astrology, this and that. That's completely against God's commandments. I have a personal story. So I ended up going celibate after not necessarily completely celibate, but I completely strayed away from having sex, especially like immoral sex, because I slept with some girl from Thailand who was living in Doha, Qatar, and she was just in Miami. I met her, and I was starting to get really deep into scripture, and I was on my path. I was celibate. I met her, and at first I thought it was cool just to get head. So while I'm reading the Bible, I'm just like, oh, I get head and it's normal. You feel me? I'm gonna get head, nothing. I'm not gonna have sex with them, so I won't create that soul tie. I get the head, whatever. At this time, I'm homeless, so I end up staying over her hotel. I'm comfortable. I got a shower. I'm living it up. I'm doing it up. I got the head. She wanted to sleep. No. The next morning, I wake up bricked up. So what do? What any man would do, and I end up sleeping with the woman. When I end up sleeping with the woman, I quickly realized. I called my cousin. I'm like, damn, bro, Jay, I fucked up, this and that. I'll be right back. That's how bad I messed up. I called my cousin Jay. I'm like, yo, bro, I fucked up. I slept with a girl, this, and that. But that ain't the worst part. We get something to eat. I bring something to the hotel. We get something to eat. We're eating. I end up sleeping with her again. When I sleep with her again, we're lying down. I don't know how the conversation comes. And she goes, yeah, I do tarot cards. And I'm already like knowing what I know. I'm like, oh, like this is like the ultimate like disgust, like filth, unclean, like stay away. And I'm thinking, oh, she got her tarot cards read. I'm not going to sleep with her no more. But ew, like, damn, I fucked up. Felt bad. But she didn't get her tarot cards read. She goes, no, I'm the one. I'm like, oh, so you got your tarot cards read? She goes, no, I'm the one that does the tarot card reading. I told her right there in the face. And I was seeing evil in her face. Something in my spirit was telling me. And I said, right there, I told her, I'm not sleeping with you no more. I got my stuff. I packed up and I went. And that scared me. But that's how the devil comes in a pretty little dress. And he knows where to get you. The devil's going to attack you in your weakest points. Not everybody's is going to be a woman. Somebody's might be drugs, food, family, love, jealousy, speaking bad, lying, cheating, thieving, million things. And then that's how he plays you. So I'm thinking I'm cool. Like, oh, I'm just vibing. Boy, got me. You feel me? And I prayed for my forgiveness. And that's my relationship. And that's my conversation with the Father. So it is what it is. And I'm not perfect. And that's why I come here and I do these videos. Because I'm just like y'all. And I ain't no better than nobody else. And I didn't get taught this by nobody. You feel me? I'm a Cuban American. I come from a family of Exodus. And that's just, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And they eat, if we come to filthy, Cubans probably eat pig. Like, you feel me? So it's a lot of bad shit that comes with the land, and they also do sacrifices. This talks a lot about sacrifice in Leviticus, but we could just touch the topic. My land, look at Haiti, look at Cuba, look at how cursed that land is for the sacrifices. Wicked sacrifices are an abomination to the Lord. You feel me? Cubans are known for that Santeria shit, and the Haitians too. So it's just sad, but then we get into the laws of religious festivals. And then we talk about the Passover, which I celebrated this year, which was super dope. It's the escape of Israel from that slavery. And yeah, you feel me? You do it with the lamb. So after that, we go into you feel me? An eye for an eye, which is basically, you feel me? You don't look for harm. You don't look to hurt nobody. But I'm with me and my peoples. If they come to harm us, we know the mission. And we'll protect ourselves in whatever means is necessary. It's an eye for an eye. You feel me, people? It's a debatable topic, but I personally agree with that. I come with respect and honor with anybody and love, but you feel me? Like, eye for an eye. And then, so we get to the blessings of obedience. God tells you, I am the Lord. If you walk in my statutes and keep my commandments so as to carry them out, then I shall give you rains in their season so that the land will yield its produce, and the trees of the field will bear the fruit. Basically, you are blessed. Your soul is blessed. Your flesh is blessed for following these commandments. The penalties of disobedience is severe. Your soul dies. Your enemies will eat you up. God will hate you because you're disobeying the law. This is why, again, your soul dies. Your enemies will eat you up. God will hate you because you're disobeying the law. This is why, again, strict warning. Do not watch this video if you're not ready to understand the ordinances and the commandments of the Lord and what he wanted for you. Turn away. It's better to not know him than to know him and turn your face. He will act against you with hostility. So he'll destroy you, your family, your seed, your offspring. So be very careful. There's one more page. Let me get to it. Let me just make sure I didn't miss nothing. And then it gets into another rule. A lot of rules, a lot of laws, a lot of ordinances, a lot of things that they used to practice back in the day that we also translate because the law never changes. And there we get into the book of Numbers. I appreciate y'all listening to me. Shout out my loved ones. Peace and blessings to my brothers and sisters out there in the world. My name is Antonio. I'm from West Miami, Florida. I'm Mima's grandson. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up.